creative friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be making some DIY doggy biscuits because a while ago on my Facebook group I posted a picture of some doggy biscuits I had made for Snickers, and a number of people asked for the recipe or asked me to make a video. So here I am getting around to making the video, but I'm making this video because I'm making these for Snickers, but also for him to give to his little people in his life, well, his little dogs. He's got his little friend Chico, he's got his girlfriend Bella, and he's got his cousins Link, Echo, and Zyla that he needs to give a gift to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these up, and then I'm going to put them in these cellophane bags with a bow around them, and I'll show you how those look when they're done, but those are going to be super cute as gifts. Also, at Walmart, there was this little gingerbread cookie mold or cutter, and in it was a little tiny one, which I think is cool. So I'm going to make some bigger ones because a couple of the dogs that we'll be giving gifts to and Snickers are bigger dogs. And this would be just a one-time treat because that's awful big. In fact, I'd probably break it into smaller pieces. But I'm going to do a bunch of little ones too. So here's the ingredients that you need. So it's 5 cups of whole wheat flour, and I freshly ground this flour, so this is like super good. 4 large eggs, and 1 cup of canned pumpkin. The thing that I did though is I wanted to do some banana. So I'm only going to put about half a cup of pumpkin, and I smashed up a banana to make about the other half. So these are going to be like a banana pumpkin thing. And then there's going to be 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. I'm using this Jif. Please make sure on the ingredients that there is no xylitol in the peanut butter that you use, because some peanut butters have xylitol and that is toxic to dogs. So make sure there isn't any of that. And then a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And then you're going to put all this together, and with gloved hands, because this is it makes a super stiff, it makes a hard dough. You'll gradually add in a little bit of water to loosen it up. So I'm going to put these gloves on, and we're going to put all these ingredients in here and we'll get started. But this is going to be so much fun. I love these little biscuits, and I love making Snickers biscuits because I know exactly what's in them. And there's our groomer actually said she's got a book of recipes for dog treats, and I'm excited about that because there's a lot of things, everything that's in here that is good for you is good for your dog too, for the same reasons. Like there's potassium in the bananas, all kinds of stuff. It's just healthy for them. So I'd rather give them a whole bunch of really healthy things. But always make sure, if you're following a recipe, get a recipe that makes sure that the ingredients are not something that's not good for dogs, because like macadamia nuts are bad for dogs, and things like that. So you want to make sure you don't invent your own recipe without real good knowledge about what might be bad. All right, I'm just putting all this stuff in here for you. There goes the peanut butter. So, ooh, so good. I'm going to sprinkle in this salt and cinnamon around in that flour part. Snickers loves these, I have to tell you. These are his favorites. Let me get this over here for the shells. I'm just going to drop all these in there. And they become really hard when they're baked. And basically, you put them on a cookie sheet or a baking pan lined with parchment, and they'll go for about 30 to 40 minutes. I will have them in there for about 20 minutes before I open the oven, and then I'll turn them. So I'm just going to kind of mix this in, and it's eventually going to get to where I'm going to have to add a little bit of water. So, all right. Try to get those eggs going. I'm going to get that little dish with some water in it. Hang on, so that I can add some water as needed. There we go. Put a little water in my measuring cup and get this going. And then once this is into a real good dough, you roll it out in about 1/2 inch thick, and then you cut it with a cookie cutter. And I think that those little gingerbread men are going to be adorable. In a little bag with a bow on the top. So cute. And then I still have a bunch of the doggy biscuits because I have a doggy biscuit shaped cookie cutter that I use for Snickers biscuits. Sometimes I'll make it and I'll stretch them out longer so they seem like a bigger treat for him, but really they're not. They're just rolled really thin. So, Snickers is a dog who is motivated by food. Our old dog, Gus, that we had before Snickers, he could have cared less about food. He was motivated by his ball. If you threw his ball, he would go after it. He would ignore food to come and play with the ball. So, some dogs just have different preferences. All right, I'm going to keep doing this. You can see how it's starting to get really hard and dry. So, ooh, got a little over the top there. Oh my gosh, what a mess. It's okay. There we go. Now that's getting pretty good. I think, now see, I will let this sit for about 5 minutes to make sure that that wheat has absorbed all of the moisture, because it will get drier because the wheat will absorb an awful lot of that. Okay, I think this isn't bad, but I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes because it's going to need to do that, and then I'll bring you back and tell you if I needed to add any more liquid. Alright, actually I didn't end up having to add any liquid because maybe the bananas added the extra liquid. And so it seems, you can see how that dough is like it's super dense. But now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do the whole thing at once. I'm going to take about a quarter of it, break it apart, and then I'm going to roll it out on this mat. There we go. Roll a ball. I'm going to roll it out on the mat. I'm going to do little ones of this one. And then I want to roll it to about a 1/2 inch thick. And a 1/2 inch is thinner than you think it is when you're rolling this dough out. You kind of want to be done with it, and I'm doing it on one of those Silpat silicone mats so that it doesn't stick, but I did bring over a little bit of the wheat flour in case it does stick. Okay, yeah, that's about right. All right, now I'm going to take my little cookie cutter. Yeah, that's about right. I'm going to cut me a little gingerbread, guys. This is kind of fun. I'm super motivated. I'll get toothpicks and make little faces on them. We'll see. But you can see that I'm cutting these out. There you go. Maybe come over and take a look. See how they're cutting up? Just perfect. Like the perfect cookie dough. It's nice, and it would be a great cookie dough. In fact, you know what? You could eat this. It's nothing wrong with it. It's got all edible ingredients in it, which your dog is going to love. And I know Snickers and his dog relationship, people, doggies, I guess. I want to call them people all the time. Little people. Anyway, so there's that. That fits in there just right. And now I'm going to take all these off and put them on the pan, and so I'll bring you back. All right, guys, I have my little helper here. I'll show you what he's doing. Check it out. Oops. Hang on, I got to fix the bottom of my tripod now. Darn it. Okay, anyway. So he's going to make faces on the little, aw, check you out. Little eyes and little mouth, because they got to look cute. So that's Brian's contribution to the Snickers treats. All right, I've got these out on the tray, or the baking sheet, and so I have just used just under half the dough, and I've made 60 of these little treats. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven at 350, and in about 20 minutes I'll turn them. They should go for like 30 to 40 minutes. So in about 20 minutes I'll turn them over and let them finish cooking. And meanwhile, because these take a long time to roll out and to cut, I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of parchment paper this size and put them all on the parchment paper so that I can just slide this one off and slide the next one on to get the next batch done. So once these are out of the oven, I'll bring you back and I will show you the finished product. All right, these have gone for 20 minutes, so I took them out and I'm turning them over, and you can see how they get like a little brown. So these are hard, but I'm still going to turn them all over and we're going to go for about 20 more minutes, and then they should be done. Meanwhile, while these were all in the oven, I went ahead and rolled out and prepared all the other ones on more trays. So those are all turned over. They're going to go back in the oven for 20 more minutes. All right, the cookies are done, the little biscuits, and I've got them in a bowl. These are just the first batch. There's another batch in here. And this recipe for this cookie, little cookie cutter is about, I'm going to say 2 by 1.5 inches. It made about 100 of these little treats. And you can see that I'm taking the little bags, and then I'm just bagging up about a dozen for each of his little friends. So, hey, Snickers, come over here, bub. I'll show you. These are Snickers approved treats. Hang on, where is he? There. Let me get him on camera. There you go, bub. Want to try? Is it good? Is it good? Oh, tail wagging. Yes, he loves them. So these are going to be a great little treat, little snack for Snickers, but a little treat for him to give his little buddies. So there you have it. DIY banana. This is normally pumpkin peanut butter, but this is banana pumpkin peanut butter with cinnamon DIY dog treats that are just yummy, and they're healthy, and you know what's in them, and I love to make these for Snickers and his friends. So I hope you give it a try. I hope your dog loves it, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.